What's up, family? It's your favorite author and storyteller, Matt D. Talford, Matty's Rap, with another Drive Time edition. All right. So, let me start this off like I do my non-Drive Time editions. I'm an award-winning author of a couple of amazing books that I will tell you about at the end of this video. But for now, we want to jump right in here. So before we jump in, I want to say thank you to my returning subscribers. You guys are the absolute best. I love you guys. I appreciate you and value you. I could not do what I'm doing were it not for you guys. So thank you so much. And if you're new to the channel, stick around. I hope you like the content. And if you do, I hope you would bless me with a thumbs up and a click on that little subscribe button. All right. Now, what are we talking about today, Matt? We are talking about red heifers, third temples, and antichrists. Now, for those of you who are wondering why I'm smiling talking about something that should be so serious, I gotta tell you, I never heard the term heifer until when I was a little boy. My favorite aunt, who's no longer with us, God rest her soul, but my favorite aunt, she used the term heifer regularly. But she was not talking about cows, all right? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, all right? Yeah, she threw that word heifer around. So, that was my only knowledge of heifer until I got, old enough to know what the word actually meant. So, y'all excuse me, but I get excited when I hear about 5 red heifers because the image I have in my mind is not that of cows, all right? All right, you know what? I'm feeling a little giddy today, so I'm gonna tell y'all what that image looks like. For me, them 5 red heifers, they have skin that ranges in tone from caramel to mocha, and they got red hair, red nails, and red lipstick. Now y'all know why I get excited when I hear not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 red heifers, all right? All right, y'all, let me chill with the silliness. So listen, 5 red heifers. Y'all, I'm gonna throw a little video at the end of this video, so please be sure that you watch all the way to the end. I'm gonna show a video explaining, what the hype is, what the buzz is. You guys know I don't do a lot of trending type of content coverage on Matty's Rap, but this one, because you guys know I do a lot of scripture editions, a lot of prophecy videos. This has everything to do with end times prophecy, or does it? Anyway, so this whole 5 red heifers, apparently, or according to All Israel News and a bunch of other news outlets, some rabbi or some Jewish institute of something, it doesn't come to mind right now, but they had 5 red heifers brought in from Texas and imported to Israel for for sacrifice, to be sacrificed as a part of some temple ceremony or whatever. So you guys have been hearing about this proposed third temple for years and whatnot, and sounds like they're ready to go ahead with it. I don't know where they're gonna put it. It ain't my problem. Ain't nothing for me to worry about. I'm over here in the United States, so it doesn't affect me directly. However, if you're a prophecy watcher, this video is probably going to pique your interest. So anyway, they got those 5 red heifers, and I'll throw an image on the screen here of a news article that explains that a little bit, and I'll put the link to that news outlet or that article in the description box for those of you that want to read it. But I first heard about it on YouTube a couple nights ago. I like to watch YouTube when I'm winding down for the evening, and came across an I-24 news clip where they were talking about it. So I was like, oh wow. And the first thing it brought to mind for me was a show that I saw on USA Network. It was a miniseries, actually 7 years ago in 2015, called Dig, D-I-G. So if you guys get a chance, you want to check that out, you can probably watch the series on Amazon, or you can probably check it out on YouTube or something. But look it up. It's called Dig, and it's a 2015 miniseries, and it has everything to do with what they're talking about right now. So I find that pretty interesting that 7 years ago they had this show called Dig, where they were talking about the sacrifice of this red heifer, and it was a very interesting show. I'm going to go back and watch it because it was very exciting. But anyway, so the heifers, and the whole sacrifice and all of this stuff here. First of all, my thing is, like, why are you sacrificing? Like, really? I mean, the Messiah, if you understand, and this is not a religious video because y'all know I don't do religion. Y'all know I'm all about spirituality. And the Messiah, he was the highest spiritual master, arguably, to ever walk the earth. Now, some people might argue that, and I'm not here to get in an argument and tell you, well, your guy's better than my guy's better than your guy. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But I will say this. The whole purpose, let's do some simple math, y'all, okay? What was the original purpose for sacrifices of the ancient Israelites? What was the original purpose? The original purpose was sacrifices for the remission of sin, right? All right? So now take that and juxtapose that with the Messiah being sacrificed. Why did he come to be a sacrifice? Well, because it was known in accordance with the prophecy that the Most High gave to Moses that had everything to do with Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, Leviticus, the 26th chapter. This is what's going to happen to y'all if y'all turn your back on me and fail to follow the instructions, all right? Look at my video, was it 10 Commandments or 10 Instructions? Y'all check that out. Now, he was like, this is what's going to happen to you if you fail to follow the instructions. So, if they had to sacrifice for sin remission, then if, in accordance with the prophecy, what was going to happen for failure to follow the instructions, you get scattered amongst the nations, then you're not running yourself. Now somebody else is running you. So how are you going to get remission of sin when you mess up if there's no high priest to do a sacrifice for you? So that's why the Messiah had to come. A little quick lesson for y'all. I'm not gonna make this a whole big lesson, but I'm trying to show y'all the math of how this works and how unnecessary it is to do sacrifices. But to each his own. If y'all want to stay religious, y'all do what y'all do. All right. I want to stay on point here and get off of here. So anyway, kind of unnecessary in my opinion because of my knowledge of what the scriptures are and the history of the Israelites. All right, the Messiah came to be the sacrifice, an eternal sacrifice. So listen, if you want forgiveness, just acknowledge what you did and ask the Most High to forgive you. Ask your brother to forgive you if you did him wrong. Ask your sister to forgive you. You did her wrong, whatever, and go on about your business. He said, look, I'm gonna give you 2 new commandments. I'm gonna make it real simple for y'all. Throw away them 500 or 600 some odd instructions. Y'all know I don't like the term law because laws get done. Law is for every action there's equal and opposite reaction. That does not fail. Okay, if you calling something that somebody can mess up a laws don't fail. Real laws, universal laws do not fail. So I don't even like the term law when it comes to that. I prefer to call them instructions. Anyway, so where was I going with this? He basically said you could throw those away. I'm going to make this real simple for you. Love God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and keep his commandments or instructions, all right? Keep his instructions, abide by his instructions, adhere to his instructions, all right? And then love your neighbor like you would love yourself. And you basically summarize all of those things in that. So let me keep my hand off the camera. It's getting a little heavy there. All right. So, so that was it. So he came to do that. So I don't want to spend no more time on that. The heifers. I told y'all why I get excited and why I can't keep hearing red heifers, because my mind is somewhere else when I hear red heifers. So, but anyway, y'all want to read about that, look up on it, whatever. Okay, so the next question is, and I told y'all, or maybe I didn't tell you, but I wanted this to be lighthearted today. Like, I didn't want this to be all heavy, because you gotta be able to poke fun at some stuff in life, right? So the next thing is this building of the third temple. All right, so now I'm gonna put some scriptures on the screen for you guys. I don't have them right in front of me, but I'm gonna put some scriptures on the screen that explain to you what that the Most High said, look, you can't put me in no temple. Like, I built all of this. So what house are you gonna build for me? I built where you live at. I built the realm where you breathe the air in that realm. I built the realm and put the air in it. So what house are you gonna build for me? I'm gonna give you all those scriptures on the screen. So why are you building this? Now, it is known in prophecy that this so-called Antichrist person or individual or being or whatever is going to come, and he's going to stop the daily sacrifices in the temple. And again, I just told you why you don't even need to restart them if you understand what the birth and death of the Messiah was about. Anyway, not going to go back down the street. Not going to put the car in reverse. Let me put it back in drive, all right? Anyway, he's going to come in there and say, all right, enough of this daily sacrifice and whatever. Boom, boom. He's going to post up in there, and he's like the Antichrist, and he's this big bad wolf that's going to, terrorize the planet. I'm just summarizing it for y'all, just keeping it lighthearted. Now, I want to ask y'all a question. In the movies, and listen, don't wear your heart on your sleeve on this one, all right, y'all? We keeping it real. This is well-known facts in movies, all right? If you got a certain ethnicity of people that hear a noise or something in a horror movie and they get the heck up out of there, what ethnic group is that, y'all? All right, I'm gonna let y'all answer it in the comments. Now, you got another ethnic group that hears a noise in the movies, the deer, the animals, everybody going the opposite way. They going this way, and they going toward, well, what's everybody running from? They want to go see. All right. What ethnic group is that, y'all? All right. Keep it lighthearted. Keeping it lighthearted. All right. This is comical. This is comedy today. A little bit of comedy, a little bit of serious. All right. That being said, now if you know that this so-called monster needs you to build him a house so he can come in there and terrorize you, why end up is you gonna build a house? Why are you building it? Why are you building a house? If I know that all you need is a house that you can come into and post up in, and then you gonna terrorize me out of that, buddy, you ain't never gonna see that house. You ain't gonna see that house nowhere. Nowhere. If I gotta build it, you ain't gonna see that house nowhere. All right. So why are you building the third temple? When he just told you in the scripture, he said, who gonna build me a house? I'll put the scriptures on the screen. Y'all read them, study them, memorize them, whatever you want to do with them. All right. But the Most High himself said, who gonna build me a house? I don't need one. I don't need you to build me a house. The spirit of the Most High does not dwell in a temple made by man's hands, right? Right? There's a leak in this old building, and my soul has got to move. Said my soul has got to move. Oh, my soul. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do it. To a building that's not made by man's hands, all right? All right? Anyway, look. So, again, I'll leave you with this question. Why are you gonna build the monster the house so the monster can get at you? If you can keep the monster away by not building a house, right? All right. So the last thing I want to talk about, y'all, is perhaps an alternative perspective. And again, this whole thing is an opinion piece. It's a little bit of comedy, a little bit of satire. This whole thing is opinion. All right, y'all? So don't listen. Don't get triggered. I want to hear your comments. Y'all know I normally drop serious stuff, but today I just kind of had to laugh at some of the things. Again, sharing with you why I get triggered when I hear 5 red heifers. Oh, Lord, I wish my Aunt May was here. She would be cracking up by my saying that. She would be on the floor laughing about me and 5 red heifers. And what I see when I see 5 red heifers. Her heifer. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the back to the thing about an alternative perspective of Antichrist. Now, if you look at the term Christ, not from the religious standpoint, but from the spiritual, esoteric, energetic standpoint, then you understand that through that lens, Christ is a consciousness. It's an elevated, it is the highest state of being, the highest state of consciousness. It is, what's the word I'm looking for? It's spiritual enlightenment. It's the highest form of spiritual enlightenment. So, if you look at what is happening in the earth, with the energy in the earth, with the advent of the age of Aquarius, which is the age of knowing, the outgoing age of Pisces, which was the age of believing, okay? Pastor said this and I believe it, okay? Now, you're in a new age now where knowledge is being spread. Knowledge is in abundance. So if you want to know something, you can know it now. You can vet what your pastor told you. You can vet what your professor told you. You can vet what your teacher told you. You can vet what your mama, your daddy told you. The information is out there now. That's why there's so much suppression of information going on too, and so much censorship. Let me just leave that out there. But that being said, if you look at that from the standpoint of being a state of consciousness and not a religious individual, then you would understand that Antichrist, what is anti? Anti is against, okay? It would be an individual or a system that is going against or trying to prevent that spiritual elevation into the Christ consciousness, that highest state of enlightenment, with that highest state of love, that highest frequency. The earth is raising its frequency right now. So if you want to look at that alternative perspective of the term Antichrist as compared to not compared, but as or through the lens of a state of consciousness, then you got all of a sudden now you got a different perspective of what Antichrist really means and what it is, what it means and what it really is. If it is, if you're not looking at it if you're looking at it from the religious standpoint, then you're looking at somebody who's going to come and oppose Christ, a person who's going to come and oppose the Christ, or the individual who walked this earth, the energy that walked this earth that is prophesied to return. Okay, and by some means, that energy, that elevated state of consciousness is what has returned to the earth, is what is returning. So there's two different ways you can look at this, and I don't think either one of them is wrong, to be honest with you. I think if you want to look at it from the historical, I won't even call it religious. If you want to look at it from the historical standpoint, then I believe in the prophecy. I do. If you want to look at it from the spiritual / esoteric standpoint, then of course, then we know, we feel that consciousness coming back, because there is an awakened spirituality in the earth where people are now elevating. People are coming out of those lower frequencies, those lower vibrations that are mapped to these negative emotions, and people are raising their vibrations. This is why the media is always blasting negativity at you and trying to keep your vibrations low. So if that be the case, and we're looking at Christ as a consciousness, a state of enlightenment and the highest form of love, then the Antichrist is the opposite of that. And there's an individual or a system that is trying to keep people in the age of Pisces, but it cannot happen. It cannot happen. Who can stop the earth? Who can stop the earth? Who can stop God's timeline? Who can stop God's timeline? All right. So I got one more thing I want to mention, and then I'm gonna get off of here. What I always say, with every what, there's a connected why. So when you consider why this institute or whomever is in charge of the show, running the show over in Jerusalem or whatever, if you consider why they're bringing these 5 red heifers, or why they have shipped these 5 red heifers from Texas to Israel, and again, y'all check out that mini series Dig, 2015 USA Network. Y'all check it out. You can see some of the trailers on YouTube. I'll put a link to the trailer on YouTube. That's what I'll do. I'll put a link to this video in the description box. I'm sorry. I'll put a link to the trailer for Dig in the description box so you guys can see the trailer. Yeah. So check that out when you get a chance. But if you consider why they brought these heifers to Jerusalem, you have to ask some questions. Now, the reason why, from my understanding, is that they want to bring in these heifers, so that the heifers are for purification. You know, they're going to sacrifice them, burn them, and then take the ashes and, I guess, sprinkle the ashes over whomever is supposed to get them sprinkled on them, so they can be purified or whatever, so that they can perform these rituals in the temple or whatever. Okay, ancient archaic stuff they're trying to bring back for whatever reason, I don't know, but I just touched on that. I'm not going to read through it. Anyway, according to a lot of these Christian, these theologians, they're saying that they're bringing these heifers there to start these daily temple sacrifices, so that this Antichrist can come in and run them up out of the temple. And then when the Antichrist runs them up out of the temple and establishes himself there, then that is when the second coming of Christ, the Christ, comes in. He's supposed to have a fight with the guy and kick him out, whatever, boom. Let me deal with that real quick and get off of here, all right? To believe that you have the power to do that means that man has the power to manipulate a heavenly timeline. Think about it. Let's say, for example, you put that off 10 years and say, well, we're gonna do it in 2032, because that's when we want. What they seem to be suggesting is that they have the power to initiate the return, the second coming. That they have the power to initiate that. That doesn't make sense to me. Now that whole ideology to me is one that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, because now you're saying, well, you know what? If I bring these 5 red heifer here and pick one and sacrifice them, burn the ashes, we start these daily temple sacrifices, then we speed up this the arrival of this Antichrist, and then this Antichrist has got to get kicked out by the Messiah himself. So he's going to come and kick this guy. So you are the trigger point. So you can trigger that. You got the power to trigger that. You got the power to make that happen. I'm gonna say no on that. I'm gonna call bull on that. I don't think you got man does not have the power to manipulate Man cannot manipulate divine timing. If that were the case, you could force the sun to stay hot all year long and grow food all year long in one climate, and you could force the sun to never come up in another one. You don't. Man cannot control divine timing. You can't speed up. You can't have conception take place between a man and a woman and say, you know what, I want this baby to come in 3 months instead and be a fully developed baby in 3 months. That's a natural process that was created by the divine. 9 months. Under normal circumstances, 9 months. So I just don't see man having the ability to manipulate divine timing. Like we gonna make the Messiah return. We're gonna make him return by sacrificing these things, sacrificing these red heifers and then bringing, and don't sacrifice the red heifers I'm talking about, please don't. I'm just kidding, y'all. I can't leave that, I can't get that out of my head. I'm gonna try to get it out of my head though. Anyway, y'all, listen, I brought the joke in just to wrap this up. I don't want to get this to be too long. I just think that these are some things that are worth talking about, looking into. If you haven't heard it, if you consider yourself a prophecy watcher, this stuff is happening. This stuff is happening. They brought the heifers in from the U.S. to Israel, and they getting ready to. It's about to be game on. So, some people are excited about it. I'm just looking at it. I'm just observing. I don't think it's anything to get excited about, because what's going to happen is going to happen, and I don't have the power to manipulate it one way or the other. So, it is what it is. But y'all check that out. I just wanted to do a lighthearted version of Maddie's rap today. Hopefully nobody was offended. If you were offended, just let me know. And I don't know. Look, man, I'm a Capricorn, man. Capricorns, we do us, man. I didn't come on here to offend nobody. So it is what it is. Listen, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on what I had to say today? The information I shared, your thoughts on the red heifer's arrival, the Antichrist, the third temple, the second coming. I want to hear what you guys think about, because that's what's buzzing right now. That's what the hot topic is right now in the streets. And I don't do a lot of hot topics, but that is trending right now. Y'all know I love covering scripture. So the only scriptures I got for y'all today are the ones that I put on the screen. And, so y'all take those, check them out in your time. But they basically support the fact that man cannot build a temple to hold the Most High, because you can't keep spirit in a temple. God is everywhere. So, anyway, I don't know, man. And there's more to it. Some people gonna say, well, it's not just for that. That temple is to, install the new king and all this. I'm not getting into that. What I see is a group that is trying to live in the Old Testament when the Messiah came and said, look, I conquered that Old Testament. Y'all couldn't even do it. Y'all couldn't even do it right. Y'all could not even keep these instructions. So I simplified it for you. Just love God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul. Keep his instruction. And then love your neighbor as yourself. All right? That's it. You do them too, you got it. And when I'm saying instruction, whatever he instructs you to do. The Messiah came to put away the law of Moses, and people still trying to keep themselves shackled with it. I told y'all spirituality is freedom, religion is bondage. That's why I don't consider myself a religious person. Religion is full of you can do this, you can't do that. Spirituality is, I came here, I'm a free soul. I came here free soul. I came here to fulfill my soul's mission and for my soul to grow and to experience life in this flesh suit, this human vehicle. Okay, that's freedom. Religion is you can't do this, you can't do that. I don't subscribe to that anymore. Anyway, y'all, now that doesn't mean I don't subscribe to righteousness, because there is righteousness, and I often tell people, listen, God don't care about your religion, he don't care about your color, your background, none of that. He don't care where you live, none of that. All he cares about is righteousness and unrighteous. Are you doing the right thing? Are you not doing the right thing? And remember my t-shirt, no righteous man is offended by truth. If the truth offends you, examine your heart. I love you guys. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. I owe you guys a quick description of my books. From Fear to Faith, A Survivor Story, a multiple award-winning book that will illustrate to you in very vivid detail how mindset can help you to achieve the impossible. Mindset can help you to achieve the impossible, okay? And then there's the wildly popular Stuck in an Elevator, a tale of passion and self-discovery that takes place high above the Los Angeles skyline, whose underlying theme is never judge a book by its cover. All right, guys, again, if you're new to the channel and you like this video, give me a thumb. Well, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up already. But if and share this content, share this with somebody, comment, talk about it over coffee, whatever. Leave a comment in the comment section. And if you're new to the channel and you're not a subscriber, the only thing it costs you is an extra click on that on your device screen or your laptop, whatever. Click on that subscribe button for me. And if you want to be notified when I drop a new video, slide the notification bell up to all. Thank you guys. I love you so much. Love is an action word. You have to show it. You can't just say it. You have to show it. Love you guys, and hopefully I'm showing it by sharing a little knowledge and a laugh here and there. So take care, and you guys be well.
Red Heifers has arrived in Israel. Could these be the ones?
Is the building of a third temple right around the corner? In addition to 5 new red heifers arriving in Israel last week, Israel has also announced the construction of a train link directly from the airport in Tel Aviv to the Temple Mount, linking millions of Jewish pilgrims internationally with the future site of the third temple. The government distributed brochures in ultra-Orthodox neighborhoods showing religious Jews riding the train to the third temple carrying animal and vegetable sacrifices. This is a sign of Israel's government's true intentions, which are to build a third temple to worship God, which they call the House of Prayer for All Nations. And the date that they're planning to complete the train link? 2023, just next year. Will that also be the date of the building of the third temple? Everything seems to be coming together for the return of our Messiah, Jesus.